This might be one of the most degenerate dramas I've ever covered. It's disgusting. If you follow the VTuber sphere, you might already be aware of it, but a VTuber named Deme made a tweet the other day kindly asking people if they could avoid making pornographic or super NSFW art of her avatar or her VTuber model. People's response to this initially was normal. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I mean, it's your avatar, it's a representation of you online. Drawing porn of it is a little creepy. This is not the first time that a woman on the internet has asked for this courtesy, though it does seem that asking is worse than just ignoring it because of the immediate Streisand effect response that it has. As you know, we're dealing with serious creeps here who get off on making women uncomfortable with like sex. Like we're talking professional online rapists, right? So you really just don't want to give them, like, you want to be a stone. You can't get any blood from a stone. You do not want to give them anything to work with because they'll take it and they'll run with it. And that's what we're seeing because these massive creepos, they've gone pretty crazy. They've gone pretty crazy with it. So they claim that, where do we even begin with all of their allegations? It's so unhinged. Okay, so let's start with this tweet. Here's a tweet I found. There's a new claim about this Deme or Dimensky person that not only is she being piped on stream, she's not, but you can hear her getting railed during her boyfriend's stream, cucking him live, if you will. This is a lie that I have also been able to completely debunk. I've matched the timestamps from both VODs, and you can actually see both of their POVs and what they were doing during each alleged timestamp I was sent. So I edited them side by side with the allegations in the top left, and I burned in the original time codes as well as the BF time codes into the Deme footage. The time difference is 39:52, and it's basic multicam practice to easily shows how dumb these claims are. So this person just went ahead and went giga autistic and debunked the claim. So yeah, the allegations have been insane. So there have been claims that she is cheating on her boyfriend, that her boyfriend's a cuck, that she was having sex on stream. They're basically trying to throw everything they can at her. And you might be wondering, who's behind this? Well, I did make a video on this already that touches on how this all started, but it hasn't come out yet, so I'll tell you. Chibi Reviews, the professional cuck lolicon racist loser, has organized his audience of pedophiles and organized them against her. So this is very much a female VTuber versus right-wing gooner male lolicon pedophile situation, which explains why there's so much fervor behind the people trying to drag her name through the mud. I've had people unironically asking me, "Is this real?" And I've had to tell them, no, she's dealing with a harassment campaign from Nazis and pedophiles. They will literally say anything. And obviously the things they're saying about her are so extreme and ridiculous. Like getting fucked on stream and cucked boyfriend and all that shit and stabbing and whatnot. Like all these things are unhinged because it's coming from unhinged people making it up. Like I've gone through this and dealt with stuff like this from these people. Like countless creators have. Like you really do need to be able to recognize that if certain people are making an allegation towards a creator, you should immediately not take it seriously. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, the likes of Chibi Reviews have a very vested interest in blatantly lying about this woman, and it's obvious. So this is apparently the debunk.
I get too nervous. I get too nervous, and I always miss the last bunny hop because I scroll too fast.
Oh shit! I need to slow the fuck down.
So yeah, her screaming like this in the background of his stream because they live together. That's their basis for their cuck theory, their cheating cuck theory, which is just how into cuck porn do you have to be to scrub through these VODs trying to find any evidence that she's being cucked or that she's cucking him or whatever? Like, come on, man. You gotta be pretty cuck-pilled to be looking for this. When you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail, guys.
Where is he? You were banned? Yeah, we saw.
The only people dumb enough to believe it are the people within the circle jerk of their community. No, Jiggerath. I wish that was true. I wish that was true. There are so many dumbasses who are believing this that are on. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be mean. But there are people who are leftists in my community who have asked me if this is real. Okay, I was mind blown. This shit gets numbers. This shit carries. Like, just because Pedo Reviews was the guy who started this rumor doesn't mean it's not being spread far and wide and isn't reaching areas. Like, the normies are going to hear about it. They're not going to look into it and they're going to believe it. That's the goal of people like this. They've basically formed a snark community against her. Even if it's temporary, it's a snark community. It's centered around, like, dragging her name through the mud and hurting her reputation as much as possible with as many lies as possible. Just throw as many things at the wall as you can and see what sticks. Because if anything sticks, if any lie sticks, you've hurt them in a pretty severe way. You've managed to hurt their reputation with a falsehood, which is like, that's like their fetish, right? These like snarker chuds. Yeah, like it's pretty disgusting.
Not be real. This cannot be real.
Keep in mind, by the way, like a lot of these dudes don't know what a woman being fucked sounds like for real. So they hear that and they're like, oh my god, she's getting fucked.
Guys, Demi's screaming the other.
That's what the incels think women sound like during sex. To be fair, it makes sense why they would hear that and think that's a woman having sex. It makes sense.
It threw me off, man. Okay, that's my reasoning behind that. Okay.
It's actually from before, right? They're just. I don't think I the only thing that can kill me is. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this.
She alt-tabbed.
Oh my god, man, dude, I can't fucking do this.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
This is why you don't stream at the same time as your girlfriend.
Yo, jump! Jump! It's my end! Jump! No! Oh my fucking god!
Dude, I'm not even gonna lie, like, no hate, but she's actually the more entertaining streamer than her boyfriend. Let's be real. Like, she is way funnier and more entertaining. I'm sorry, but it's true. He's like a attack shooter gamer, which is fine. You know, maybe he's super cracked, but she's playing games and putting on a show that's just a lot funnier. You know what I mean?
86 and 1 damage wise.
Sped up 1,758%.
Guys, how long is Demon's ban gonna be for, chat? Anybody know? How long is it gonna be banned for?
Was I there?
Yeah. Yeah, this is basically what you can expect. Like, the people in these communities are so unhinged and insane. They are dedicated. They are dedicated to shitting on someone like this and dragging their name through the mud with lies and throwing as much at the wall as they can. And this is just another example of that. But the insanity is like, oh my god, it goes deeper. It goes so much deeper. Hold on. Here, let me see if I can find my bookmarks. Yeah, so here's how this is being covered by, like, news accounts and stuff. And it's getting numbers. Like, it's pulling numbers. It is. The VTuber who forbade her fans from drawing her, a VTuber known as Deme, unleashed a wave of criticism after publicly asking people to stop sending her inappropriate illustrations based on her character. The community branded her a hypocrite. Her own avatar has a highly sensual design. Mind you, she said, stop sending me porn. And she has a highly sensual design, and she herself shared that kind of art during her streams. Her response was, enjoying attractive aesthetics doesn't mean wanting to see interpretations of that kind. In reference to getting fucked, by the way. Far from respecting her boundaries, users flooded her official tag with an even greater volume of illustrations. The Streisand effect never forgives. I like how we're just, like, framing this blatant, like, organized sexual harassment as epically owning. Here's a quote tweet that I think is really good. The VTuber who just wanted her boundaries respected. Personally, this is how I see it. VTuber named Deme publicly asked people to stop sending her explicit pornographic illustrations of her character. She didn't ban all lewd art. She only drew the line at non-consensual explicit porn. Instead of respecting a completely reasonable boundary that any creator has the right to set, large parts of the community, heavily pushed by Chibi or rapist chud pedo reviews, attacked her, calling her a... He's not a rapist, as far as I know, but he is definitely pedo-y. Attacked her, calling her a hypocrite because her model has a sexy design and she shares sensual art. They completely ignored the difference. Well, the big difference is consent. Like, fundamentally, the thing that these chuds can't... The reason why they see hypocrisy is because consent isn't a factor to them. It's like when conservatives say, why do women get upset when you see them in their underwear, but they're fine being seen in a bikini? It's like, because of consent, bro. That's the difference. That's the invisible factor you can't possibly figure out that makes it different. Consent. Yeah, a lot of these dudes just literally don't understand it. They don't get it. It doesn't factor in their mind as a thing that is important when they think about things. They completely ignored the difference between enjoying attractive aesthetics and wanting non-consensual porn made of you. Her response was clear and fair. Enjoying attractive aesthetics doesn't mean wanting to see explicit interpretations of that type. Far from respecting her limits, the community flooded her with even more unwanted explicit art and launched a coordinated smear campaign filled with edited clips, false sex-on-stream claims, and personal attacks. This isn't the Streisand effect. It's what happens when a toxic mob decides to punish a woman for setting a basic boundary. Deme simply asked for respect. The people who refuse to give it are the ones who started and escalated the drama. Of course, they're going to try to argue that because she responded to Chibi reviews calling her out by calling him a pedo cuck, which he is, that makes her, like, bad in some way, like she deserved it in some way. It's like, no, once again, we know where this all started. And then all of the VTubers, like, if you don't know, there's this really weird schism in the VTuber community between, like, the super far right chuddy Nazi VTubers and the ones who are normal people that aren't, like, unhinged. They just want to make fun content. And so this has become their new trend. Like, following all of this is what all these VTubers are doing, and they made an edit of it, of Deme's character. Have you guys seen this? All the VTubers posting this, where it's their character just screaming the N-word? It's like, it's racism, but cute, guys. Oh my god, look at my cute little, my little avatar. Oh my god, whoa, wow. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this segment, then I hope you leave a like, subscribe, ring the bell icon, follow my social medias, link down below, and perhaps join my fan Discord. And hopefully you'll have a good one.